And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Check, 47. Push him back. Push him back. Kill. Go.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the screen. Deuce. Slant. He's checking. Crash. Watch the eye. Check 15. Go.
Here's Carson. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Check. Watch the twist. Watch the shift.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Nifty running by Barkley there on 1st down. He scoots forward for 7 yards, sets him up nicely, 2nd and 3. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing, Jones. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's pile this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go now. 78. Whip. Watch the whip. Kill. See it. Yep. 3.
Now a give, right side. Carson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Check. Lucky. Check.
2nd and 2. That's complete to DK Metcalf. That one a first down pickup of 8.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Switch. Lock it.
This is Carson. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 32-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On first down, it's Carson, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
50. Get the ball. You're out. Check. Hard. Check. Dog.
2nd and 11. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
50 seconds to mine. 50 seconds to mine. Hey, defense, let's go out. Hey, check 24. Watch it.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 22-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Squeeze. Get in there. Go. Check out.
They'll run on first down. Carson, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second down. It's Carson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is third down and 8.
He's checking crap. No. Say. Check 99. Check 99. Check 37. Check 37. Lock it. Hey, switch gears. Shift. Switch. Ready to go.
Now a give, right side. Carson, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And his kick here is good. And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Parker, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Mike spot 4.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike spot 4.
What? He's good.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Yeah.
Go get him. 54, Mike. 54.
2nd and 4. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
54. I'm
Move.
coming after you.
Here we go.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. It's caught. Shepard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Jones now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Echo.
Mike
5-4.
Now Saquon Barkley, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Stop your whining.
From the gun, Jones. Forced out to his left. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And the lead is now 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere. But they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback. And indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him. Really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's go. Here I come again. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Back.
They'll drop the throw. That one going to be complete to David Moore. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
57 for Mike. Yeah. Under crunch. Tight dog. Let's go.
Back to throw here. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
1st down, Seattle.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop the throw. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 43-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Carson, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he's got Lockett. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
First down.
This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Check 31, check 31. Alert flat, alert flat, flat, flat. Check 43. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Hard. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Let's go.
They run it with Carson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Ready up. Mark 57. Rip right, exit. Safety green. Slam, slam, slam. 57. There you go.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Incomplete. DeAndre Baker there defensively.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Get your dog off. Hey, turn it up. Turn it up. Tighten in. Tighten up. Let us.
2nd and 10. It's caught. Lockett. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 12. First down, Seattle.
Got it. Mike 57. Bravo. 57's the Mike. Mike 57. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Switch, switch, switch. Do. Mike 57. Look. Ready.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Out of bounds down at the 4-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what we saw to be a very competitive first half. 8-7, just a 1-point game at intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
On first down, Green, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Jones now on 3rd down, escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Go. Go. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Check 24. Check
2nd and 3. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Alec Ogletree coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now the ball comes loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Yeah. Can Lobo. 57. Watch the out. Watch the out. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Squeeze. Get in there. Kill. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Let's move it. 57's right. Stay, Charlie. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Here's second and 8. This complete to Lockett. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. First and 10.
Watch the whip.
They'll set up the throw. Left side complete to Lockett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Check. Lucky. Check. On twist. Ready.
Now a give, right side. Carson. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They run again with Carson. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 33.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Check nickel. Wide. Get wide. Shit, you're out. Joker.
Now a give, right side. It's Carson. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And the Seahawks first down.
Tucson. We go. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Drop deep. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Hey. Check. Hard.
On play action, they'll throw. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard.
Watch safety creep.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Seahawks on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw here. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Go, 4 down, 4 down. Put that team on the clock. 36, 36.
Check it back.
19. Pass it. 40. Good touch.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson eluding the pressure right. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
They'll come out in the pistol. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Check. Crunch.
Looking to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal.
64, weak. Check 2, fellas, let's go. I got one. He's crashing. He's checking crash. No. Rock. Safe. Check 99. Let's go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Giants defense able to come up with a goal line stand. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Barkley. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Giants on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's complete to Slayton. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey, Delta.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones. And an alley to run. There he goes left side. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. The extra point up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Ready up.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Jones throwing after the interception. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's go. You draw Crawford. Get up. Let's go.
To throw again, Jones. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A.J. Boye with a pick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
At the 42-yard line.
Ready. Delta. Here we go, D. Mike 47. Mike 47. Let him know, let him know. Check 37. Check 37. Switch. Buzz. Fast. Ready.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. David Moore, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Check, 47. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Hey, switch gears. Shift. Switch.
Squeeze, get in there.
Shift.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Gary Jennings, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On first down, Barkley. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. That's caught inside the 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up even more big play.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Turnover that just got them the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't. Especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
Check. Fresno.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. He's going to have the first down past the 20. That one good for 33 and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Check 49. Check 31. Go. Alert flare. Check 43.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. O'Shane Zimenez able to get in there and drop him behind the line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go. Set. 15 lining. Alert 3. Watch out. Go on. Watch Eddie.
On second down now, it's Carson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Watch seven. Watch seven. You ain't going nowhere. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Back to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down, Seattle.
Ready. 30 base. Let's go. Check 47. Here we go. Tighten up. Check 26. Pick the edge. Come. Switch. Deuce. Now. Slam. Ready.
They'll try the left side. Carson. A gain of 3, second down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Second and 11 at their 29-yard line.
Okay, ready? March 47. Here we go.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Seahawks, they're into the win column for the third time this year as they get the victory.